Last time on Ericade's Dragon Ball Z, we talked about the... I gotta stop starting these with "we talked about."
Yeah.
Nappa beat the shit out of everybody, and then some people died.
Holy shit, he really does for like 5 episodes beat the shit out of everybody.
He went,
He got stuck in third gear.
he just couldn't shift down. That's all there is. Take it away, Morty.
Oh, geez, okay. Welcome to Ericade's Dragon Ball Z, a DBZ rewatch podcast. I'm Spencer.
I'm John.
Today we'll be covering episodes 26 through 30 of Dragon Ball Z. We're in the tail end of the Saiyan saga, the first major saga of the entire show. It's a very exciting time. Things are heating up, and there's less filler than ever before, but also more filler than ever before. We'll get into that as the episode progresses.
Oh, God. Yeah, you're right.
So here we go. We're going to start with episode 26. The American title is Nappa's Rampage. The Japanese title is An Intense 3-Hour Delay. The Quinto Un Bullet Express. I don't know what that last part means. It doesn't make sense like in any part of the episode, I don't think. Because nobody does the Quinto Un Bullet Express.
I have no idea what... maybe it's... okay, all right.
Yeah.
My
so
title is
oh, sorry.
Let me have my title.
I'm sorry.
Keep cutting me off. It's the one thing I'm here for. The one where Nappa's like, I'm bored. I'm going to go swimming through some metal.
Yeah. Yes. This episode opens with a retcon, a minor retcon from the previous episode. Basically, we don't really understand why Vegeta gave the 3-hour gap before he killed everybody. He sort of just says it in the last episode, and he's just like, we'll give him a 3-hour window, and then we'll start attacking him. This episode starts with him saying, we'll give him a 3-hour before we start attacking them. If Kakarot gets here, he'll be able to see his family and friends tortured, and because he's a Saiyan, and because he's betrayed us, and because all this shit, he deserves it. So we're going to try to wait for him before he shows up, and then when he gets here, then we'll kill everybody.
And Nappa gets bored really fast.
Super quick. He takes off to do his own thing. I wrote down the note. I'm guessing this is just what the writers told to the voice actors, which is when Goku's not around, all the other characters should stand around asking, "Where's Goku?" This episode, like more than any other so far, has really driven home the point that problems can't be solved in this world without Goku, which is kind of a fucking shame.
Yeah.
Because these are competent characters with their own skill sets, and for some reason, particularly with Nappa and Vegeta, people are just waiting around for Goku to show up instead of like coming up with a plan. Piccolo may be the only exclusion to this.
That's what this is. It's the Goku show.
Yep, it is. It really is.
Which is sad because it was supposed to be the handoff to Gohan.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet.
We're not there yet. Gohan's not ready.
Yeah.
None of the other characters can even defeat Nappa, let alone Vegeta. Vegeta hasn't even like lifted a finger yet.
Nope. He's
just been sort of watching Nappa play with everybody.
He's got his arms folded.
Yeah. The whole time.
Yeah. Occasionally he tosses in a witty one-liner.
As everybody's sort of standing around for this 3-hour period where they're waiting for Goku and constantly asking where's Goku, Piccolo does come up with a plan, which they should have done from the beginning, which is grab Nappa's tail.
I forgot that they just don't think to do that until all their friends are dead.
Yeah.
And then
that wasn't like their first go because it was the first thing with the Raditz.
Yeah. No, it was the only thing that saved them.
Yes.
Well, Goku being able to magically arm lock Raditz into place.
He's really good at full Nelsons.
Super good at being a wrestler.
Yeah.
None of them take a moment to be like, we're idiots and we should have come up with this sooner. But what does happen is Piccolo takes a moment to tell Gohan to go the fuck home. And Gohan's like, ugh. Okay, I guess I'm just going to go home. And he starts walking away. And Krillin's like, he doesn't really want you to go home. He just wants you to shape up. And
Gohan's just communicating all the subtext.
Yes.
And this episode has to offer.
Gohan is walking away. And Nappa fires a big old blast. This is before Nappa takes off. He fires a big old blast towards where Gohan's walking away.
Yep.
And then Nappa says, "Go home, you little bitch," or something to that effect.
He calls him like I don't know exactly how it plays out. He calls him smelly or something like that.
Oh, and yes, so his blast, Nappa's blast, blows up the rock in front of Gohan, and he tells Gohan, "Just go home, you little baby." Gohan gets angry. This is the moment where Gohan goes, you're a doo-doo head. And
he
actually stands up to him.
you could use a shower yourself.
Yeah.
Nappa doesn't like it.
And Vegeta thinks it's hilarious.
Vegeta thinks it's hilarious. He does have a little laugh, and Nappa's just he's fucking pissed. Nappa hates being called names.
And he just has to take it because Vegeta said, take it.
Yep.
Time to wait.
And then it cuts to the news broadcast, I think, back on Kami Island for a second, because the newscaster mentions like, hey, we're looking at Earth's special forces down here, and they're not doing anything right now. They're just sort of taking a break. We don't know why. But I think it's the first mention of these fighters as a group being called Earth's Special Forces.
Yes.
Which is noteworthy.
Well, previously, when Yajirobe was exploring the exploded wasteland that Nappa had created and telling the Inspector Bonehead about the pods, he did say, I'm part of an elite special forces unit, Earth Special Forces.
I feel like this entire episode is a weird case of like, it's a filler episode, but it feels like it connects to the main plot. Like it's not off the beaten track. It's not a totally different thing, but it is 100% a filler episode. Yeah. We're just waiting for Goku to get here. Mm-hmm. Everybody says it, and it's, In the meantime,
Nappa decides to take on the military. We don't know which country's military it is.
It's actually really cool. He gets bored. He flies off from Vegeta and says, I'm going to go have fun for a little bit while we're waiting for Goku to get here or not. He comes across the military, like a Navy Air Force situation on the water. And he's like, finally, some real, fodder that I can play with.
And then he swims through the metal. Yeah. Of the different battleships and of the aircraft.
Yeah, he tears through it like it was made of tinfoil, and it's great. Like it's amazing.
It's as if it's not even there at all.
Mm-hmm. And then he just shreds it.
He does the finger thing, the finger point up, and it blows up, and all of them are dead. And he says, "All right, I think Vegeta said, be sure not to work up a sweat."
And he's like, oh man, I worked up a sweat. I hope Vegeta doesn't find out.
Yes.
Or something like that. He also says that this planet, once we finish with it, once we get rid of all these pesky humans, is going to be worth a bundle. Maybe even two bundles.
That's right. Whoa. Yeah.
It's fucking weird. So meanwhile, Goku is speeding towards the end of Snake Way, the beginning of Snake Way, technically. I really like the continuity here. We've seen like every single landmark that he's seen on his way back, including at this point the landing pad, like the starting where the snake head is, and the little thing where the guy dropped him off in the tiny little car the first time. Yeah. We see all that, and he's there. He's there. He's ready to go.
He's almost back.
Yeah.
Almost.
And then it cuts back to Nappa, who's having a fun day out. Stops by a city, decides to reuse footage from earlier in the series to blow up the city.
Oh my god,
that's so obvious.
It's so obvious because it's the same building that gets hit by the Saiyan pods that are dropping in is now the building that Nappa blows up.
Yep.
And so they just reuse the footage, and even the person that I'm watching this with was like, they already blew up that building. They already blew up that building.
The signs are the same. He does the same hand gesture. Like it's all, they just reuse the west or the east city explodey footage for wherever the hell he is now. But it is fun. Again, I think I said it before, but it's really fun to let this show sort of just wallow in the evilness of these characters.
Yeah. Yes. And then Nappa goes to another city and blows it up.
Like the Earth's just getting shit.
Yeah.
On.
How many cities can this dude nuke?
A lot.
I guess. Yeah. If it's as densely populated as Earth is, but I don't think it is, because he blows up a city called East City.
Right.
And so if they named an entire city
after a
single cardinal direction, how many cities does this place really have?
Yeah, not a lot.
At that point, he heads back, and it's been almost exactly 3 hours.
Yeah.
And Vegeta's got his scouter back on his face now, and he's using the scouter because I guess it's got a stopwatch function, because why wouldn't it? And it stops it. It's been 3 hours, and he takes off the scouter and drops it, and he says, "Time's up." And then Nappa just appears, because Nappa has absolutely perfect timing.
And then he gets naked.
Oh yeah, he does.
He just strips off his armor. He's like, that's better. And then Piccolo has a plan. I can't remember if he says exactly what it is, but I'm glad that he finally came up with one. Sans Goku. And then it cuts back to Goku. He's arrived. So Goku like flies into Kami's desk, King Yama's desk. King Yama's like, what the fuck? Kami's all of a sudden appeared in front of the desk and like, come on, Goku, grab my hand. And Goku grabs it and then he just vanishes. And Yama's like, what happened?
Yes.
Goku rematerializes at Kami's lookout on Earth. He's alive again. Everything's good. They stop and talk for about a minute and a half. Within that conversation, Mr. Popo's like, hey, wait a second, Goku. Remember, every second counts.
Yeah, and it's Mr. Popo that says that too. He's chatting with Kami for a hot minute, and then Mr. Popo at the very end has to stop him to remind him that every second counts.
Yeah. And then Goku's like, thanks, Mr. Popo. You're the best. And
Goku hops off of
holy
Kami's tower.
Shit, my favorite scene in maybe the last 5 episodes happens. He's falling off the Kami tower. He's just free falling. And as he's falling, he passes by Korin's tower.
Which
He's like,
is a different tower in this shot.
Wait, is it?
It looks like a different tower.
God, I gotta go back and look at that. I thought it was just below Kami's lookout.
I don't know.
Regardless, he's falling. He's free falling down. He yells to Korin's tower, "Hey, Korin!" There's a cat that lives there. Give me sensu beans. And Korin's like, I only have 2 left. And Goku's like, that's fine. Just give them to me. As he's falling, this whole conversation is as he's falling. Korin grabs the sensu beans, which are these magical beans that give you full power when you eat them. He throws them to Goku. Goku catches them and then just continues to fall. Like, he doesn't break stride. Nope. He doesn't stop or anything.
Nope.
It's just a free conversation mid free fall. And I loved it a lot.
Yes. Minor side note, those sensu beans are pretty much what King Yama's apples were, but they also heal you to full health.
Yes. So they should probably be growing these in abundance.
Everyone.
Yeah.
They should have fields of this. That farmer in episode 1 should have been growing sensu beans. Yes.
And then the episode ends. Goku's on his way. He's on Earth. He's ready to go.
Woo.
Episode 27. The English title is Nimbus Speed. The Japanese title is Leave It to Me. Gohan's Great Burst of Anger.
My title is the one where Piccolo gets whack-a-moled and the dice.
Oh, shit. You spoiled it.
I figured if the Japanese title wasn't going to do it, I might as well do it.
The Japanese title did not do it in this rare occasion.
Yeah, so it feels uncomfortable that I don't know what's going to happen up front now.
So you should spoil it.
I might as well give it away.
Yeah.
Starts off with that plan of Piccolo's where they're going to go give Nappa the old Rochambeau. They're going to grab his tail. Krillin going up front, distracting him, you just screaming at him real loud. And then it's going to be Piccolo disappearing, running behind him, grabbing his tail. And then it's going to be Gohan blasting him. And this time Gohan's ready. This time Gohan's all like,
Gohan's actually going to do it.
I'm going to actually do the thing that I've been training for a year to do. I'm going to actually do it this time. So Krillin goes ahead and runs up all scary like, and he blasts the ground, and that really distracts Nappa because he's never seen an energy blast before. And then Piccolo decides to go ahead and vanish behind Nappa, and he grabs the tail. Oh, you got it. No problem. He grabs that fucking tail. And then Gohan's getting ready to get him blast. And Nappa whack-a-moles Piccolo's head with his elbow.
And Piccolo, like, just stops.
And everything stops.
Yeah.
Everyone, Krillin, who is in midair trying to be a distraction, stops flying in midair. There's just this awkward minute where Piccolo is unhappy.
He's got a little bruise on his head.
He's got a little purple spot. And Vegeta laughs at them and was like, really? That was your plan? You were going to grab the tails?
Yeah.
You're going to grab our tails?
We're immune to that. We're so much stronger than Raditz ever was.
Yeah, you have you're useless. Just get back in your corner and let Nappa beat the shit out of you until Goku gets here. And there's a cut to Kame House.
Holy shit.
Chi-Chi,
she's ready to save her son.
Comes down the stairs of Kame House because there's that little stairway in the back of Kame House that I don't think we've seen anybody go up there.
No.
She walks down it with an arsenal of weaponry.
Yeah, she's got 2 bandoliers on, a rocket launcher, machine guns.
Full Rambo mode.
She's ready.
And she's I'm going to save my son.
Yeah.
She's ready to go. And somebody's like, how did she get all these guns?
I was glad that they asked that because I was like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And then Messeroshi's like, oh, Launch left them here.
Launch just left them here.
We've seen enough of Launch in the past to know that she's very handy with a weapon and would do something like that. So I appreciated the continuity there.
A little bit of an explanation.
Yeah, that's nice.
So that's cool.
They stop her because she's going to die. Because bullets don't work on anybody in this universe. And the Ox King just like grabs his daughter and says, "No, you can't. We won't let you go."
That's right.
And she's fighting him the whole way through, but she does not make it out the door. So that's fine. There's also a moment during that scene where Bulma like finds Chi-Chi knocks in her like trying to get away from being held, knocks down a picture from the wall or something like that, and Bulma grabs it, and it's like a picture of Goku and Yamcha and Tien and Bulma, like everybody from Dragon Ball, the original series
squad,
and like it's a nice little moment. Where she sort of reminisces on everybody that has come up to this point and those who are gone up to now.
Like, we were so happy back then.
Yeah.
Like there's a teardrop on the painting.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Or on the picture rather. And I don't know when they would have taken that picture.
I have no idea either. But
people
like
hate Goku. They just like don't even. Why were they there?
But at the very least, they're trying for some kind of emotional like. Let's stop for a second and think about what all this means, which is, it's appreciated, even though if it's illogical. And then we cut back to Nappa and Vegeta and everybody else dying for the entire episode, basically.
Well, Gohan gets kicked in the fucking head, which is, wow.
Yeah.
He's 5. Like, every time he gets hit, my brain goes,
he's a kid.
Bing, and shows his age in my head. Krillin actually whips out for the first time.
Oh, it's amazing.
His Kienzon, which is it's actually called a Destructo disc
in America, which fuck you. I love that title. Don't look at me like that.
I hate
Destructo disc.
It's dumb.
Destructo disc. It's so good.
I mean, it's alliteration. Yeah.
Maybe that's why I like it so much. Krillin comes out of nowhere and blocks the shot from hitting Gohan. Does his secret move that he's been training so hard all this time to perfect.
Yes, which is a disc of razor energy.
Yeah, it's really cool looking. And again, narratively speaking, would have been fantastic if Nappa died right here. So worthwhile and earned. Krillin launches his Destructo disc, and at the very last second, Vegeta's like, "Nappa, move!" And Nappa does, and it just like skims his cheek,
face, and
then it cuts a mountain in half.
Yeah, it was a strong move.
It would have killed Nappa.
And Nappa's like, "My beautiful face!"
Yeah, he's got a little cut.
He says that.
All that for a drop of blood.
Nappa gets furious and fires a big old bomb at Krillin, who gets blasted away from this big old bomb.
That does happen.
I think Piccolo comes in at this point and gets hit and knocked to the ground.
Yeah.
Which makes Gohan angry.
Uh-huh.
These episodes where there's a bunch of fight stuff, it's hard to keep straight,
blends,
actually.
Yeah.
And then they sense Goku.
They do. And they were like, this can't be right. And so Vegeta puts his scouter back on.
Yes.
That they've discarded because they can't trust them, but he puts it back on. And he's like, there's a power level of
5,000.
Over 5,000. But he doesn't. It's sort of fine.
Yeah.
He's not that surprised that Goku's over like 5,000.
Nappa's angry that Goku is coming. He's like, I wonder what he'll do when he finds out I roasted his son. He shoots a big old blast at Gohan, and Piccolo runs in front of the blast and tanks it to the face.
And then it stops. The episode ends.
And the episode freezes on him tanking this.
Yeah, but he does have a little monologue before he takes the blast that's really touching.
Oh yeah, as he's running to get in front of the blast. He says,
like, this whole thing started as vengeance.
There was a flashback.
Yeah.
For a thing that you don't actually see in the show, which is Gohan in his training with Piccolo gi. Piccolo looks at Gohan and like touches his hair while he's asleep and is like, I'll never let anything happen to you.
Yeah, so he jumps in front of the blast. The episode ends, which brings us to episode 28. Goku's Arrival is the American title. The Japanese title is Ferocity of the Saiyans. Kami-sama and Piccolo both die. So...
my title is the one where Goku's Uber finally fucking arrives.
Yeah.
1 star.
So it starts right where it left off with Piccolo gives like a huge, much larger monologue here than in the last episode. And it's very touching. It's very nice. He steps in front of the blast.
And it looks good.
It looks really good. It's very nice art style. I wrote that it probably was taken like directly from the manga. Yeah, like no question.
Yes.
Like it goes black and white for a second, but it's just, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Piccolo dies, Kami dies, and Dragon Balls die.
wow, the good summarization of probably like 6 minutes of show.
Yep.
Actually. So as Piccolo's dying, he has like this moment where he's talking to Gohan. Gohan runs up to him and is like, "No, Mr. Piccolo." And Piccolo is
Oh my
sitting
God.
there. He's like, "You're the only real friend I've ever had."
Which is nice.
The Saiyans are just letting him do this.
He's like, who would have thought, when this started out, me being your dad's worst enemy, that I would have ended protecting his son, which is still nice. But part of me was like, we get it. Like, that's very much communicated by what's happening. You don't need to blurt it out, Piccolo.
We get it. He's all crying. Piccolo is actually got tears coming out of his eyes.
Yeah.
And the person that I'm watching this with was crying. Straight started crying.
Wow.
Not like bawling, but she was like, I'm tearing up.
Affected.
This is messed up.
It's really good.
It is. It is
It's like the culmination of 25 episodes worth of build up.
Yes, it's the almost complete opposite of what happened with Tien. Because I don't give a shit about Tien.
Right.
I just learned about him 5 episodes ago.
You actually got to see Gohan and Piccolo like build up a relationship.
Yes.
What Piccolo was before Gohan entered his life and what he is now, and the difference. And it affects you.
It mattered.
Yeah.
It felt like it fucking mattered. And it fucking mattered to Gohan because he gets pissed off
and so mad.
Finally shoots a beam. I think this is the first beam that we've seen him shoot.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe the first energy blast that we've seen.
Vegeta's scanning him. He has a power level of over 2,000 and it grows to over 3,000.
Yes, and he fires a Masenko.
Yes.
Which probably means something. I didn't look that one up.
I honestly don't know when he learned it. It doesn't, like, I know it because of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know when he learned it or why.
It was one of those training days that we didn't get to see along with Goku learning the Kaioken. We get to the point where fortune teller Baba arrives on the island.
Yes.
This is where she arrives, and she opens the door, and someone shoots her with a machine gun.
Yeah, it's Chi-Chi.
Oh, it's Chi-Chi.
Sure
as Chi-Chi's trying to get out, and
she shoots Baba with a machine gun. Baba has literal bullet holes in her, and it doesn't matter.
No.
At all, but she does. She has bullet holes in her.
Yes, I think that's just something that I don't think when we started watching this series,
I didn't understand.
We were ready for.
Yeah.
And now that it's here at this point, I don't give a shit anymore.
It's happened so many times.
But here is the problem, though, because if you establish that guns can be used as a comedic prop, in the future, I'm not going to care when someone is threatened with a firearm.
Yeah, guns don't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
You've discarded that dramatic use of that item.
So let's see moving forward if that ever actually comes up as being... It already has with Launch shooting a fucking RPG.
But it didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It was just like a fun character introduction.
I guess that's probably true.
We didn't actually care about her killing people.
Yeah. Even though she totally does.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
This is a fun comedic prop. That whole sequence is amazing because Baba has a crystal ball. She's a fortune teller. Bulma and Ox King and everybody else are like, well, the TV station's dead now because Nappa blew it up. We need to see what's going on with the fight. Maybe we can use her crystal ball. Baba's like, my crystal ball is sacred, and Bulma's like, grab it, and they just they get it and they pull it inside. It's amazing.
They pull the ball inside, close the door, and yank Baba through the crease in the door.
Yeah.
But then they open the door up again to grab her hat,
and then pull it through. Yeah.
She wasn't worth opening the door.
All of that is true. Nappa's about to kill Gohan.
He's about to get stomped on, and
he's so close. And then you just hear this noise, this stupid, annoying noise that you've heard 30 times up to this point.
Yes.
That now has a narrative relevance where Gohan is rescued by the Nimbus Cloud.
Yay!
He's moved out of way of Nappa's foot.
Yes.
Because Goku is now here.
And he's floating on the cloud.
Dude, the musical score at this point fucking kicks ass.
Yes, it does.
It's so good.
The Finally Goku's Here song, and it feels like they worked on it for 6 months. They were like, we're gonna nail this one. Goddamn,
it's so good.
Let's get all the boys together. Let's write a goddamn winner.
And so the Nimbus Cloud rescues Gohan. And Nappa's like, what the fuck is going on? Vegeta looks up and there's Goku floating above everybody. He comes down. He doesn't say a word. He's fucking pissed.
Yes.
He's so angry.
Yep.
It's amazing. It's maybe the first time you've seen Goku like this.
Like furious.
Yeah, and I imagine it could be jarring. He sees Yamcha's body and Tien's body and Chaozu's hat, which survived, and remnants of everybody that died. And he's like, fucking, they killed all of my friends. He doesn't even acknowledge Nappa or Vegeta.
Nope.
He just walks right past him, goes up to Krillin and Gohan and says, "Are you guys okay?"
Gives them both half a senzu bean.
Yes, he. I like Krillin in this scene because he's like, I'm not strong enough to warrant giving me a senzu bean. You realize that, right? And Goku's like, no, dude, it's yours. Like, I got this for you. It's yours.
Well, they're BFFs.
I do like the friendship.
Krillin is very aware of his second situation.
Which I freaking Krillin is the best. And so Goku's a good friend, gives him and Gohan a little bit of senzu bean. They're back up. And Goku begins charging up because
he's fucking mad, and so he starts channeling that anger into raising his power level.
Yeah, which Vegeta is still wearing the scouter and is keeping track of second after second. Okay, everybody knows the scene that's coming up. Whether you've seen the show or not, you know the next scene. It was weird to me to experience it like without any build up or any exaggeration whatsoever. Like to see it in the moment, because I think meme wise, it's grown far beyond what it is in the anime. Vegeta has the scouter. He's looking at Goku. He's like, his power level, it's over 8,000. It's over 9,000. And he says it without any emphasis or anything. And I was like, did I remember that scene wrong? Because he said it, but he didn't say it. And then a couple seconds later, Nappa's like, wait, what did you say the power level was? And then Vegeta says it's over 9,000. But he doesn't, like, it's over 9,000. Well, like, it wasn't as big as I remember it being.
It's one of the different dubs has him doing the scream. It's over 9,000.
Okay. That would explain it, because it was not big.
And technically it's over 8,000.
I don't know. It was almost disappointing to hear.
I was lackluster as that. I was prepped and ready for the but no, it wasn't there.
It wasn't anything.
If this was the only option, I don't think it would have been memed.
Yeah. So Goku's like, I learned a new move. It's called the Kaioken, and I can't remember if it's Vegeta or Nappa, but they're like, you can use the KO whatever all you want. You're not going to beat it. It's a great line.
Yep.
And then Goku proceeds to just beat the shit out of Nappa, and it's the most satisfying scene in maybe the last 10 episodes.
It feels real nice, especially since he doesn't start off beating the living shit out of Nappa. He starts off just dodging everything that Nappa throws at him. Everything. Every single punch, every single kick, everything. He's just dodging. And he's like, I'm not even warmed up yet. And Nappa's furious at this point because he can't lay a fucking finger on the dude.
He's mad in his little Speedo.
Yes.
It basically ends with Goku stepping, like, disappearing and reappearing on top of Nappa's head, which I just think is the ultimate insult. And Nappa just can't do anything about it. And that's basically where the episode ends. Like, Goku just showing Nappa what's what.
And Nappa, I think, charges up and walks through a cloud of smoke, and that's where the episode ends. Because it's like, oh, is Nappa actually gonna rain down the pain on Goku this time? Let's find out.
Oh, that's right, because I was like, no.
No.
Did you see the 30 seconds before Goku like handed it to him? No, he's not going to do anything to Goku.
I do recall at this moment in time being younger and watching this show on television, being so mad in the places where they would cut the episodes.
This is the part, like we said in the beginning of this, like episodes 1 through 10, up until this point, you haven't really had any nasty cliffhangers, any like mean cliffhangers where you have to tune into the next episode because it should have been a part of the previous episode. Like, they start now. They
start happening.
Yeah.
It started with the Piccolo almost getting hit with the blast. That was the first like nasty one.
Yeah.
Now this one, it's cool to watch Goku dodge this dude. You want to see him murder him. Yeah. And you don't get that.
We've had like 3 different things where Nappa could have died and have narrative catharsis. And this episode does not give it to us. So episode 29, maybe this will be the one, is the English title is lesson number 1. The Japanese title is Father is Awesome. Kaioken, the ultimate finishing technique.
My title is Nappa throws a rock at Goku.
Yeah.
And that's his final attack.
Because the episode starts and Goku just continues to beat the shit out of Nappa. And at some time during the fight, Nappa grabs a rock and just hurls it at Goku. And it struck me as odd. Apparently you too. Because of everything that's come before, he puts all his faith in a rock.
He's so incredibly doggone angry that he can't think straight, and so he throws, like, it's not even like a big boulder.
No, it's just a tiny little rock.
It's a handheld rock. It's a baseball-sized rock.
If
he's
that.
so fucking angry. He's and he throws the rock.
Surprise! It doesn't do anything.
No, it kills Goku in one shot. What are you talking about? And then the show ends.
Nappa does say something really interesting here that I liked a lot, which is he reveals that Goku, as Kakarot, was as he was born, was judged to be a third-class Saiyan, and Nappa is part of the Saiyan elite, which implies that the whole race has a class warfare type system.
Sure, yeah, something like that. They don't explain it. They just say that Vegeta and Nappa are Saiyan elites, which I think is something King Kai has said also. They're Saiyan elite, something like that.
Oh, could be.
I wonder what Raditz was.
Lower class.
Your fourth class.
They do not care. We cut back to Kame House for a little bit. Bulma gets mad for some reason, for absolutely no reason. I think it's just like a filler B-plot. She starts hitting the crystal ball, Baba's crystal ball, as if it were a TV.
Yep.
For some reason, I don't understand.
Because you used to be able to hit old, big...
Yeah, and get it working again, but the crystal ball doesn't necessarily break it all. She just starts hitting it and gets some really grade A banter in. She calls Baba. She insults her breath and says that she spits when she talks, basically, which is fun.
Baba shoots back with, "You deserve it."
Yeah.
You deserve it for punching my globe.
And then it cuts back to the battle at hand. There's some kind of callback to Nappa's city destroying trick. I think he raises up his fingers in the same motion that he did.
He tries to blow up Goku with the finger raise.
That's right. Yes.
It does not work out because Goku just jumps way up into the air, higher than his explosion. He's fine. It's at this moment that I noted, I don't remember this Goku versus Nappa fight taking nearly this long.
Yeah, it takes a while.
So Nappa then chases after Goku, powers up, sticks in third gear, and fires a mouth beam at Goku.
He does. He fires lasers out of his mouth. That's a thing that Nappa can do.
And Goku...
It's like big. Is this the one where his jaw like dislocates because it's so big?
Yes.
And
Nappa
he's like,
dislocates
nobody's
his jaw
ever
like a
dodged
snake.
this one before.
Mm.
It's disgustingly big.
And fires the biggest mouth beam that he possibly can. Goku fires back with a Kamehameha that he doesn't say Kamehameha to do.
He threw me off.
He just blasts it out. And it annihilates Nappa's beam, and Goku says, "Wow, if I hadn't done that at the last second, that I would have been a goner," something like that.
Which again,
kind of harkens back to previously what Vegeta was saying, which was infuriating everybody else and us. That
Nappa kept dodging things at the last second.
Now Goku's doing it to Nappa.
It goes both ways, people. So Nappa, I assume, decides to attack Krillin and Gohan.
Well, not yet. Yes, he does, because Vegeta says, "Nappa, your fight is over. It's my turn. I want to fight Goku."
Okay.
Nappa says, "How am I going to pass the time? Guess I'm going to kill your friends." Nappa goes after to go kill his friends. And that's when Goku uses the Kaioken for the first fucking time.
Yes.
Gets bathed in this crimson red aura, launches at the speed of, I guess, light times 2 or some shit, bounces around, and snaps Nappa's fucking back with the punch.
It's amazing. He does the Bane back-breaking maneuver on Nappa.
But in one frame.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Boom, instantaneously.
Nappa's done.
Nappa's finished.
Like, without any fanfare at all.
And in one of the more iconic poses of this saga, Goku catches Nappa underneath.
Yeah.
Goku's underneath Nappa. He catches him with one hand.
It's great.
Tosses his dumb ass onto the ground.
And Vegeta or Nappa, one of the two, is like, "How did you do that?" And then it flashes back to 10 seconds ago and shows the same exact footage again that you just saw in the episode.
Yes.
As Goku's
this way, you
voiceover.
idiots. Yeah. It's just like, did you not watch this fucking show? And Krillin says, "I've never seen anything like that. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
Can you teach it to me sometime?"
You can teach it to me sometime. What does Goku say? He goes,
"Maybe."
Maybe.
He says the word maybe, and that's it. It's amazing.
I do like that he calls the Kaioken, which is called King Kai Fist, technically. That's like the Japanese.
Is that why he says Kaioken attack? Because King Kai Fist attack makes way more sense.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think at this point it was considered like a power up. I think at this point it's just an attack that he uses.
Interesting.
Maybe, I'm not sure. Because the way they explain it is also weird. It turns you into a super self. It increases your everything by a certain amount. And there's always a chance that it could kill you when you use it. Like it's rolling at D20 or something.
Yeah.
And
like
you can one it, and that's it.
And it keeps flashing back to Goku on King Kai's planet, like as if we had missed an episode.
Almost like we missed an episode.
Yeah, where it shows him like actually training.
And having it explained, yes.
Which would have been helpful to know before. Like, it's not dramatic. It doesn't feel like a twist reveal. It just feels like literally missing content from the show.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Like,
God
they came up with the idea later and then was like, oh, fuck, we'll just put a flashback in. Anyway, so after they explain the Kaioken attack, Nappa's on the ground. He's done. He kind of lifts up a hand. He's like, Vegeta, help me. Vegeta's like, okay. And he grabs Nappa's hand, throws him up into the air, and blasts him into pieces. Yes. And I seriously can't decide if it's satisfying or disappointing to make it so that Vegeta was the one to finally kill Nappa.
Well, would you rather see Nappa dead, or would you rather see the heroes be the one to end Nappa?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know, because the heroes are heroes, and having Vegeta kill his sidekick, the one that, you know, his trusted ally, is really entertaining because it means that the heroes are starting to wear them down. He doesn't care. I didn't mean to assume that he cared. I'm saying, like, he was confident that him and Nappa could take the planet, and like the heroes challenged that belief, toppled Nappa, and Vegeta's like, okay, well, you're no longer of use to me. Yeah. Which for the past 20 something episodes has not been the case.
That's very true.
It's been both of them, and they're starting to crumble this power tower that Vegeta has been so confident in.
Like that. When Vegeta throws the blast, he says, maybe you won't be such a disappointment when you're dead. I was like, all right, let's just move on.
Yeah.
That's just what he's going to say. They didn't have anything better. Yeah.
You got him.
He's not going to be able to say anything back.
As he's killing Nappa, he licks his lips. It's so fucking weird.
It made me very uncomfortable, actually.
I'm so glad you noticed that too.
It was a very, because the way that the art is drawn is their mouths are just a single line.
Yeah.
And so you see like a tongue pop up and grace the line and then disappear again. It's awkward.
It's disturbing.
It's what an envelope feels like.
Yep.
I'm sure.
Goku and Vegeta leave the battlefield for no reason.
Oh, is that in episode 29?
It's in the end of this one. Goku's like, okay, Nappa's dead. Everybody else is dead. Me and you will fight 1-on-1. But let's move. And Vegeta's like, okay. They don't really provide an explanation. I have a theory that the animators just wanted to draw a new environment because we've been at this one location for the past like 10 episodes, and I'm sure it's getting boring.
Oh my God.
Episode 30. The American title is Goku versus Vegeta. The Japanese title is A Hot, Unbounded Battle. Goku versus Vegeta. They had to add the prefix.
I like that one.
It's good. A hot
unbounded battle.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have a title because this is the fifth episode in our group. So the one where Gohan and Krillin just leave the dead bodies of their friends in the middle of an empty fucking open field.
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
Yep. This episode is cool in that it is finally the culmination that you've been waiting for the past, 30 episodes.
Sunday.
Goku versus Vegeta is kind of a big deal. Vegeta hasn't lifted a finger in battle up to this point. He hasn't really done much. Goku has been like fucking dead and training for this moment. And so it's kind of a big deal that they're finally facing off with each other.
And they have the moment.
It doesn't disappoint in the first 5 minutes, I will say. They go at it almost immediately in this battle that you barely get to see. It stops pretty quick, but they do just like start duking it out, and they are on the level with each other. They are equally matched.
They each stand on their own mesa, which Goku is a little bit below Vegeta.
Yeah,
nice
this is kind of cool.
Symbolic thing. and there's a rock that's kind of falling in the wind, and they're both stirring each other down.
That fucking weirded me out. What the hell? It's symbolic, right? It's got to be, because there's just this random rock that's falling, and then it cracks, and Goku's like, huh! And Vegeta's like, huh! And then they start like fighting.
I think it's got to be like the symbol, kind of like,
yeah, like
go,
the gong,
like,
yeah.
Yes, the bell. Maybe that's what it is.
Anyway, it seemed very random to me.
It's happening. It's finally happening. The thing that you saw on the cover of the DVD when you bought it. You're finally seeing it.
Exactly. And it's nice.
It is. It's pretty fucking sweet. Before they fight, actually, before this, Vegeta offers Goku a job.
Yeah, because all Saiyans have to try to recruit their strongest opponents to their side, including Goku. Goku's not exempt from this, but
He's really not.
Raditz did the same thing. They were like, join me and we could conquer the world together. And Goku's like, nah, I'm good.
And in their first bout, Vegeta outplays him just a touch. Just kind of, they get into like the big old fight thing where they're swiping at each other, and Vegeta outplays him a little bit, punches him, and then Goku uses Kaioken
and turns into fucking light.
Yes, and then turns into light and punches Vegeta repeatedly in the face. Over and over, it punches him in the face, which was pretty neat. It was cool to watch. But it wasn't nearly as satisfying for me as watching Goku beat the shit out of Nappa, because Vegeta hasn't really done anything. Fucking anything.
Yeah. He's sort of been like this menacing, don't test me sort of force. And he hasn't done anything.
I don't feel anything when he punches Vegeta. Just that this is the bad man.
Yeah, Nappa's the one that killed everybody.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Oh my god.
So they're fighting. Goku uses his Kaioken. They have another bout, and Vegeta wins that one and says that he's encountered something similar, just like the Kaioken before. Don't think that move's gonna carry you through it, because I've encountered something similar before. Like, really? Who? Did you fight Yama too?
Yeah.
Really? I guess.
Who knows? He doesn't give any context. He says, "Behold the true power of a Saiyan Prince," to like power up, and he's gonna kill Goku. He says, "Behold the power of a true Saiyan Prince," and it cuts to a crotch shot of him.
Crotch shot.
Just for a second. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing. It's maybe the best placed crotch shot that I've ever seen on top of that line of dialogue.
There were 4 crotch shots in the last 15 episodes that we watched. I made note of them. I just realized that in podcast form, it's hard to explain why that matters.
Yeah.
Because you have to see them.
Yeah, it's true.
But when you watch this show, you will see them. There's no way to avoid seeing them. They appear, and they're in your face.
Yeah.
And you'll stop and go, oh, I get it.
But also, you never get it, because there's... Why? Because why?
Yes, it just does. I don't... All right. Thanks, Akira Toriyama. Thank you for showing me Vegeta's junk.
Vegeta starts powering up because he's showing them the true power of a Saiyan Prince. His pupils go away, and it's fucking scary as shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's really creepy. And then it cuts to Launch. Because we haven't seen her in a few episodes.
That's right. Yeah.
She's in the city. She's drinking herself silly because the world's ending. Tien's gone, and she just doesn't know what else to do. She's got a bag of money, and the bartender's there, like, "Hey, you can't do this." And she's like, "Dude, the world's ending. Who the fuck cares?" She's
so relatable.
Yeah. They are watching a news broadcast, and the we don't really know what's going on, but here's the status of the aliens. It's really cool. Like, it provides a global scope, which is very fun. The Earth starts shaking because Vegeta's powering up.
Oh yes, the entire Earth.
The entire Earth starts shaking. Oh my god, the
planet of Earth is now shaking. Which really, we just saw Piccolo do it like 10 episodes ago. But
I don't know. This has more of a... Because it's showing civilians, it's showing Doom. The cities, it's showing, it's showing different stuff, so it has a different impact. Launch runs out of the bar that she's in with the bartender, and there's maybe the coolest shot in the entire episode of her standing in the city street, and above her, birds. Like, all of these birds in the sky flying away from whatever the fuck is happening.
Yes.
Which we know, but she obviously doesn't know. And it like freeze frames on it. It's beautiful. It's like a really cool shot.
Crows were flying away.
It's creepy.
Like you do during a natural disaster.
Yeah, I liked it. It's kind of cool.
It goes back to fucking Vegeta powering up, and he's doing the scream thing.
Oh my god.
He does the scream thing for longer than Nappa did the scream thing.
My note is, all right, Vegeta, calm down, bud.
Yeah.
He just
so much screaming. So much screaming.
And it's like not like he's trying to put power into an attack or anything. Like he's just seemingly doing it to show off.
Yes, right.
Because when it ends, nothing's different.
No, he's just coated in this mystical
sort of aura.
Yes, this aura, and also he has summoned clouds that create a fucking vortex up above him.
The storm.
Does he actually get struck by lightning as he's powering up?
I don't remember.
Clouds, like it seems like the clouds have given him the power of God.
I wouldn't put it past the show.
That was a Zeus power.
Anyway.
And then he straight geeks Goku.
Yeah, he tries to attack Goku, succeeds handily. And then Goku out of nowhere suddenly reveals that he can multiply Kaioken times 2, and then it's suddenly that much more powerful. It flashes back to King Kai.
Never used it past times 2. Even though this is our first fucking time hearing about this, it's fine. Now we're getting rules.
Yeah, so times 2 doesn't work. Vegeta's still attacking him. Goku takes off his shirt, so he means business. And then fucking Yajirobe shows up out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
He's just there watching Goku and Vegeta in this huge battle of titans. And I'm gullible. And for a split second, I thought maybe Yajirobe would be useful to the story. Maybe he would be doing something with that sword. Maybe he would distract Vegeta so Goku could get the hit in that does something. Like maybe he would have some relevancy to this show. He doesn't. He shows up for literally 30 seconds, says like, man, that's crazy. All right, I'm going to go get some food. And then he disappears.
Then he's out.
And that's it.
Yeah. Vegeta shoots fireballs. He eats a fire flower.
Yep.
And shoots straight up just fireballs.
Yeah.
He fires one at Goku and it hits him sort of. Like Goku dodges out of the way, but it singes and burns off his shirt. And Vegeta seems genuinely really surprised that it didn't murder Goku. Like he used his full actual "I'm trying to kill you" power. Because before they're just always fucking around, right? It's like slap fight.
Yeah,
like
you never use your full power.
No, you never actually try and murder the guy.
Yeah.
But this time Vegeta was really trying to murder the guy. And so Goku dodges it and he goes, "You didn't get murdered, but I was trying to murder you." Goku rips off the rest of his shirt and says, some Goku shit. I don't remember what he says, but he's crazy beefy now. After all the King Kai training, he's ripped.
Yeah. You finally get to see what Chi-Chi's coming home to all the time.
That's right. Every night. And why she's so mad that he's dead. I would be too. Chi-Chi got dicked in this one.
Yeah.
Or the lack thereof.
Yeah. Anyway, so the interesting thing it does, like after the sort of facing off shirtless and non-shirtless, Yajirobe's out of the picture, finally, fucking god. And then it cuts back to Kami Island with Master Roshi and Bulma and all those people. It really super cool. So
that's right.
The crystal ball crapped out, the news crew crapped out. They're using the Saiyan Scouter that Bulma fixed from Raditz to try to like figure out where Goku and Vegeta are, what the power level systems are, how it's going. The scouter like goes up to 21,000. It's detecting, I think, Goku's power level.
Yeah, Goku's currently engaging in the Kaioken times 3. He goes, "Sorry, King Kai, but I have to try this."
And King Kai's like, "No, don't use 2 times 3. You're crazy." But he does it anyway. And then Bulma's sort of following the fight. The scouter goes up to 21,000 and like explodes on her face. It's done. That's the maximum it can take. The cool part is when it's showing Bulma looking at the scouter, the numbers that are going up are reversed in like our language. They're in English, English lettering, whatever it is, which is cool because whenever it shows Goku and or Nappa and Vegeta scouters, they're illegible.
Yeah,
because Bulma, as was said 15 episodes ago, modified the scouter to read in English. So I really appreciated that touch to continuity. It was really fucking cool.
I didn't even notice that personally. I did notice that it was reading in numbers, but I didn't connect the dots. Yeah. That, well,
that's
I see why the other teams doesn't. Okay.
So then it cuts back to Goku and Vegeta. Goku's powered up to Kaioken times 3. The impossible power level that he shouldn't be able to reach that King Kai has warned him against using. He goes at Vegeta, and for the first time since starting this whole show, I was taken aback by a cliffhanger ending.
That's where it freezes.
Yeah, he doesn't punch Vegeta. There's no battle. He has done Kaioken times 3. Is he going to be able to defeat Vegeta with this power level? Is he going to explode? What's going to happen next? Who knows? It freeze frames as Goku's going to punch Vegeta, and that's where we will end the episode of this podcast.
We didn't choose this. I mean, okay, we chose this.
It kind of works out really well
because
for an
now
ending.
you feel how we feel because this.
Yeah. Who knows? I honestly fucking can't remember what's going to happen next. I don't know. I assume because I know, the future of the series. I honestly can't remember the battle and anything that ensues from this moment.
I do not recall how
I was
long it is.
surprised
Yeah.
by the cliffhanger. I was taken off guard.
Maybe the next 5 episodes will figure it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And then we'll be roughly around the end of the Saiyan saga. We'll have to have a little conversation because there's a lot of conflicting opinions about where the Saiyan saga ends and where the Frieza saga begins.
That's true.
So where should we bring Eric on? I have my opinions. The DVD collection has their opinions. We will have to decide for ourselves. Next time on Eric Hates Dragon Ball Z, the Saiyan saga ends, and we're going to talk to Eric soon. I don't know what happens next.
We haven't watched up to the next couple episodes.
Yeah, so who knows?
We'll figure it out.
It's a mystery for all of us. Thank you for listening to Eric Hates Dragon Ball Z. He may hate the show, but he loves that you're listening. If you have any feedback for us, feel free to reach out. Contact us at mail, M-A-I-L, at ehdbz.com. Feel free to send any comments you have about the show or about the episodes that you watched, your experiences with Dragon Ball Z, anything like that. We'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can, and your comments may be even featured on a future episode of the show. You can also follow us on Twitter using the handle at EricHatesDBZ, and we're also on Instagram under Eric Hates Dragon Ball Z, all one word. So if you're looking for more Dragon Ball Z in your life and can't wait until the next episode, check out our social media. You can also support us on Ko-fi. The website for that is ko-fi.com/EricHatesDBZ. Your support, of course, means the world to us, and it helps us achieve bonus goals. The current one is doing a commentary track for Dragon Ball Evolution, the live-action adaptation of the Dragon Ball anime, and it's terrible, and John doesn't want to do it, and Eric is actually excited about doing it because he wants to see the light fade out of our eyes as our childhood is ruined, and I'm always excited for everything, always, so please help us achieve that goal. If you enjoyed us and the podcast, we are about halfway toward reaching it, and I'm just so excited. So feel free to check out that site, ko-fi.com/EricHatesDBZ. If you feel like interacting with more of the community, we also have a Discord link, discord.io/EricHatesDBZ. A lot of cool people on there talking about the show. Some of them are watching ahead of us, live discussing the episodes, which is really, really fun. So if you want to join in on any of that, feel free to do so. And of course, Eric Hates Dragon Ball Z is part of the Rocktopus Network of podcasts. You can check out our sister podcast, Tales of Nowhere, a genre-bending tabletop RPG podcast where we take one cast of characters through multiple games and rule sets to tell one epic story wherever podcasts are. Check that out, and let us know what you think. I think that's everything. Thank you again so much for listening. All of you are Piccolo so awesome. Until next time. Until next time. Until next time.